Hello, hello. Welcome to Oshun's Mirror. I have to get used to that new name now. So, as you saw, yes, I uploaded free videos of the Ocean Festival that I went to yesterday. I have been to the Ocean Festivals before. There's nothing new or nothing different about it. Um, it's an experience to behold, it's an experience to be part of. Just like how I was in Look at Me, um, it's a powerful experience. It's a powerful experience. Why do I say it's powerful? Because um, not only do you meet people who's similar to you, who's into the same thing as you, who understand certain stuff, right? You're also surrounded by one from the source. I mean, that's what they call it. The source, the continent, however you want to call it. Now, one thing I've learned about being around certain spaces when it comes to certain practices is the information and the source. And as much as I talk about the stuff I talk about, I also try to remember who the channel is called after. So the reason why it's changed is it had to change from Ocean Yemi to Ocean Yemi's Mirror, because what I find in that how when I'm talking about certain stuff is like I'm reflecting it back. Then it kind of reflects on myself too. So it's like I'm looking into a mirror plus looking into the mirror of others, but I'm not reflecting it like that. I'm reflecting it in a way so that there is awareness and understanding. But back to the Ocean Festival. The Ocean Festival, for years, I've been in certain movements and certain places and certain spaces, and I've always been the black sheep of the family, mind you. But the strange thing is, everything I do and everything that I have been connected to for how many years, right, there's always a reason behind it. Sometimes I picked up stuff and then I found that it was linked to something else. Funny enough, when it's not just curiosity that takes me to certain stuff. That's why I'm glad that I know certain people like Soul Amazon, who's from Suriname, because when she talks about the Winti, it's like a whole different spin on certain stuff. When I see things from different countries, especially me coming from my parents come from Trinidad and my other heritages, and it's like you get a sense of connections. There's a connection there. Sometimes you're not sure of the connection. Now, I always said that I joined the conscious movement at the ending of the 90s. Funny and strange, like I always have strange encounters, which is very not, it's not so strange for me. So I came across a lady that I think I don't know her, but we know each other kind of through certain stuff, and we started talking about the movement and talk about spirituality and talk about egos and talk about all different things. So I have these conversations on a daily basis. Well, kind of on a daily basis. It depends on whom I'm around. So we started talking, and then we started talking about egos and different stuff. Now, bear in mind, I did have a conversation about the march a couple weeks ago, and we was talking about it, and even she understood that there is a ego there. But when you come to these certain spaces of of they call it indigenous practices apparently, but I don't call it indigenous practice. I call it just a practice. When you come across these practices and you come across the people who's from the land itself, It puts a whole different spin on your whole understanding of the spaces and places and stuff. Now, yesterday I met young bubbers. I met, just like how it is in Nigeria, the dance. You see certain dances, you'll see you'll see certain practices, and you're just like, it's always a humbling experience. I feel when I come into certain things, it's a humbling experience, and then you come to see your connection with that thing a bit more when you come face to face. Now, like I've always said, right, it wasn't. I didn't deliberately go out to call my channel Oshun Yemi, right? Somehow it popped up. I don't even know how it popped up. It just popped up. I was literally starting from a therapy composition, and I always used to go and do certain stuff while I was doing my therapies. And I came into contact with the practice or the spiritual, what they call them, ATR, by accident. My friend, my brethren, showed me it, and that's how I come to understand what it's about. Now, yesterday, why I say like every time I have a different encounter with Oshun, is always a different encounter. It's never the same. It's never like 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 what do they call it? A phenomenon of paranormal. Is always something different, and um and though I have come into the come either seen or somehow they will just make themselves known to me. So I know probably from my lineage or something, my family's probably had some line or some dealings with, how they say, orishas. And um I remember when King Baruho used to talk about this a lot, and he'll say that how people used to look at him and say, "Oh, he's doing this wrong, he's doing that wrong," and all this stuff. When you yourself you're brought up with certain stuff. I was brought up a spiritual Baptist when I was younger, so the colours and everything else is nothing new to me. So I'm not a stranger to certain stuff. So when you're brought up so strict and you're brought up in certain stuff, even though you try to run away from it, then you still end up somehow in the same thing that you've been running away from. So that's where the Cuban one stepped in for a bit and was around, and the dance and the atmosphere, the people. That's why I say when you encounter certain things, sometimes it's not good to always turn away from it, because sometimes you have to face it. Then I used to go to the graveyards. That was my thing for a little while. That's why I was saying to Passion Lisa, don't be afraid of whatever, because if they wanted to hurt you, they would hurt you anyway. And I was told by my baba at the time, my babalawo at the time, that how there is people in Cuba who goes and mans the graveyards. They look after the graveyards. They look after them. That's their purpose. And and it's nothing new. It's nothing for nothing different. And all that's like, people will see you as they see you. They will see you, and they will um, assume whatever else, when something else deeper is going on. And you can go through the most challenging things, and you're just thinking to yourself, it's crazy. I don't even know how I'm still here. Like, you just like, I can't believe it. Like, but you go through some challenging things, and then when you come across something that actually makes sense to you, and you'll say, okay, that's it. That's what I always say is the grandation. My footage is, yes, it's from my grandmother, first and foremost, the spiritual Baptist. But there is another grandation that I stick that I understand. So for ages, my friend, she's been trying to get me to go to the Oshun Festival for the longest time because I've always just observed from the side. I like when I observe from the side. So when I went yesterday, it was just electrical. The people were so, as usual, they're always embracing. They always embrace you. You're never sitting by yourself. You're never whatever. You're never. I even met one, and I can't even describe him right now. But we was having conversations. There was from Guyana. There was people from Bahia or Brazil. There was people from Nigeria. There's people from Zimbabwe. There's people from all over, right? And 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 when you're actually seeing the thing in real time, at first it feels right. I think I also had a deja vu moment, but that's a whole different story. But it's like you yourself is like an out of body experience. So while I was there, you're hearing the drums, you're hearing the singing, you're seeing the proceedings, and the priestess fronting it as usual. She never disappoints. She never disappoints because I've been around them before with the beginning of it, and I saw certain things happen, and I said to my friend, "Did you see that? Did you see?" I think she said yes. I think she said I can't remember, and I said, "Wow!" I said, "This woman's for real, right?" And she said, "Yeah, she's for real." I said, "Okay," and then and she's very gentle in her speaking and certain stuff, but when it comes to her spirituality, she doesn't play with it, and she she's she shows Oshun as a different or Oshun as a different in a different way through the festival, through the whole proceedings of it, because they had to do it for a whole. It's like for a whole month. It's a whole month, the whole of August. You can say the whole of August. So um, all over where people is what is doing the worship as it is, or the Ifa, or there is a whole time made just for her. Now she is the youngest one. She's the baby of the Orishas. Bear in mind but she's a powerful one. She has. I believe myself. She had two sides to her anyway. But people might think, oh well, she's just sensei. It's just she's got this other. But I feel she has many sides to her. It's just that people call her name in vain and all sorts of things. And I feel it's a lot more deeper than that. And when the waters start playing, that's when I know that how she's not happy, and 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 certain things she don't agree with. She disagrees with the mistreatment of children. She disagrees with a whole lot of things. She has a lot of principles, morals about 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 her as a person. Hi, Seven. She has a principles and morals, and when it comes to children, women, and certain stuff, she will step in and she will literally take the person out if it all comes down to it. I believe that. Um, and and I believe that how when people play with her and they don't deal with her on the right, she will come down and she'll just do what she has to do. Now, people might call it mysticism or whatever they want to call it. Sometimes it's the thing that you align with, that's the thing that sticks with you the most. That thing that saved your life is the thing that you stick with the most. You can be going through the most hardest time of your life. You feel like you're going up a steep mountain. You can't see the end of the top of the mountain for the hills. You know, when you watch the movies and they climb up the mountain, it's like a whole desert, and they climb up the mountain and there's nothing, you can't see anything for far as your eye can see. It's like that. And I feel that these practices, some people who's embraced these practices, it has saved their life. So when I see people talking out against it or they have a misunderstanding, it hurts me more, because you have to be around a community so you can question the people that is doing the practices, so you can understand what's going on, what is going on, and why they do it. Now, before, Nigeria has a history of lots of things, lots of terrible things, and in the past and all that stuff. And they have tried to take away the religion. And these are one of the things that keeps Nigeria the way it is. Though there is things that should not happen in Nigeria, because of these things, what they have in there. Nigeria is very powerful land. There's one part of Africa that is very powerful within itself. When you come across a Nigerian, especially if they are of certain thing and they're not just, anyhow or whatever, right? They will tell you about certain stuff. They will give you the information. They will sit there and they will tell you about the festivals. They will tell you certain stuff. If they're not in Islam or not part of Christianity, hi, so Omar. If they're not part of Christianity or Islam, they will sit down themselves and they will tell you, and they will say, look, these are our forefathers' practices. They try to take it away from us, but now because they see people from the diaspora practicing these practices, yes, you do get a fight with it, yes, because I've had that in the past, yeah, so you get a fight with it. But on a whole, when you come into contact with one who is on a different heel, on a different somewhere else, you can have a conversation. They are now outwardly going out and teaching people about these things. I used to know one who used to teach it through cosmology and stuff. So they will go out and they will teach you. There's some fake ones, yes, there's fake ones, there's the scammers, yes, there's the usual. But then there's the ones who's pure of heart, and they will teach it to you. I've come across one on another platform, and he is young, and he's part of the look at me side of it. And when he describes certain stuff, he put me in mind of my first encounter with the look at me part of it. And when he goes in deep in certain places, because he's initiated as well, so he's able to talk about it a little deeper. So when we're talking, and we talk about how sometimes like you get, like I call the disconnection from your baba, and it's like you got to go find another place for you to sit, another temple. Well, you have to go where it's a trusted one. It's recommended. Otherwise, like, you get taken in by the fake ones. So this lady that I showed, because the delegates will come down, and I have a picture of one where she's a princess. She's a princess in Nigeria, and and when I was there, I was saying, "Who's that one? Who's that one?" And they was telling me who the person was. And when you're there and you're seeing the proceedings, like from the beginning to end, basically, it's like, wow, like, so like I said, I think the last time I put up a video was one when I was at the party, the ending of it. But this time, I just had a longing to go to the actual festival, which is strange because I normally don't like. I'm a very antisocial person. I'm a literally that star sign that I am. I'm a loner. I'm a butterfly, but I'm a loner at the same time. So so I went, and and it was very, very beautiful. The atmosphere, the sun was out, the water was running beautifully. I think from beginning everything was flowing. From when I reached it, it was flowing. From when the priestess touched down in the space to when she did the necessaries, when we walked through the green, the singing, people was partying, partying. They didn't want to pass them. To be honest, I was actually getting quite annoyed with some people because they were standing and just taking pictures, and I was quite annoyed. Mind you, they was actually respecting her space. So later on, when I was talking up, they were saying to me, "No, no, no, right? They just didn't want to pass her space. So what they would do when they reached there, they will see her, and then they would like the runners would turn around and go the next way, or 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 when they're cycling, they will stop there and then they go the next way. So there was a lot of respect for her space, and that's what I like about this lady, the respect she holds, right, when she's in a space. Because there's been a lot of immigration chatting, and we don't want them over here, and blah 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 blah. We've been going through a lot of that. So for them to respect her space and which way they did, I was like, wow, okay. And the people that came in, everybody different. Like there was a whole Italian man dressed in African attire, and he said, I'm from Italy. And there was Brazilians, there's Nigerians, all different types of people. I was even surprised there was a them there too. Um, but I try not to, make them feel uncomfortable. Had a conversation. It was intriguing, and it was like, and there was an understanding. So um, when you come across that, because I have seen a lot of that within the movement. I call it movement. But they call it or spiritual practice. But it's like, wow. So yeah, I love it. People going back to their spiritual roots. Yes, it was really nice that day. It was so nice that day. I was like, well, yesterday. I was like, I was just sitting there watching. I think I was sitting there watching because I've been around them, but I haven't been around them like that. So it was like it was like every conversation was always different. Every conversation with whoever I was talking to was different. Um, I met a lady. She came from Nigeria. She's the one with the skull cap and the white. And she was saying that how she also runs a temple in Nigeria. And she said that how normally it will be going on till early next morning. She said it'd be a case of when the Oshun festival starts, there'll be a case of people sleeping in the temple, staying over, and all that sort of thing. She literally gave me a sneak peek into how it will be in Nigeria, and she said that she was a, a lot a low show, a low show. I think I said it right. Right. So she was explaining it, and she was saying, yeah, yeah, there'll be that going on all night. until when it's time for them to walk to the river. Now, a while ago, there was a petition put out to try and get Oshun Grove River sorted, cleaned up, because it was very, very polluted. And I don't know whether they're still able to do that, whether they're gonna do that or not. And each temple is different, because there's a temple I've seen, and the woman's temple is beautiful. She has her EJ there, and she has the certain things there, and she's very well dressed. They every priestess is different. No priestess is the same for what I've seen. The way they conduct, or the way they proceed to make their way to the river. And even though this is the UK and it's not as pure as it should be, there is a sense of bringing people back to their roots, bringing people back to where they are, bringing people to different understanding. Because some Nigerians keep this a secret. They keep that they are part of these practices a secret. Even when they're making documentary and the camera spins around to them, they will hide their faces. So it's very much a what do you call it? A private thing. So they will say that how right, we don't worship that. Our forefathers used to worship that. We don't do that. We are Christian. And they might, and then it'll be represented in a way on Nollywood, not so nice, not so. They'll make it the worst of the worst. Like it'll be like represented as as juju, right? That's what they call it. So they'll be represented not in a nice way, but when you are around the people, right, which I always will get back to, when you're around the people, you will see that there is a oneness. It's universal. It's a universal spiritual practice. Like you'll see the whitest of white there worshipping Oshun, to the darkest of darkest person worshipping Oshun. Because I've been in other places and I've seen this for myself. So me seeing this, like, it wasn't really a shock. And some of them are professors. They studied the religion. They wrote about the religion. They ended up becoming part of the religion. They ended up loving the religion. They ended up taking part in the religion. Right. So, but yeah, it was a very nice day. It was a very nice day. I'm going to show the video overview. It's going to show. I'm going to show you the video that I put up. I'm going to tap the wrong page, but anyway, I'm going to show the video I put up. I don't know how I'm going to put up the picture of this one on here, or the thumbnail, I don't know. Because I was meant to do on Velveeta, but I'm not going to talk about Velveeta right now. You see, I can find the video. Is it a short? It's a short, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, let me get it. Right, let me get it. The good priestess spots bad energy right away, and it'll be the ones laughing nervously. Yeah, there was something there before, but she got rid of it really quick. Really quick. She didn't play with that one. It was all good, all good.
The plate is a bit higher.
Can't hear stress. Thank you, Mama. Woo! can't hear. All right. Thank you, Mama. Now, me coming across seeing the lady in yellow, I was like, wow. When I see them dressed up in these apparels, in these attire, right, it's humbling because, like, you know, like you see on video for so long. I've watched things on video for such a long time, and then you see it in real life. I remember when I used to walk down the street, and I would imagine that they are chiefs because I used to hear that some of the people who'd come over to England, some of them are chief, they're big people in Nigeria, but when they come over here, they humble themselves. A good priestess spots bad. Yes, yes. They'll be having those festivals over here in Amsterdam, but in Zedam, hello, me, I'm lazy. No, you're not lazy, but but it's the same with the Suriname ones, because I don't know whether they do them over here. I don't know whether they do them over here. The Suriname ones, it'd be intriguing to find out about it because there is a wide range of people here. That's why I always said to people, right, before you go to a foreign country, you have to mix up with the people in England or America or wherever. That's the only way you can understand the people. Um, and so I think it was a good. What's it? It would have been. It would have right somehow would have come into contact with the Nigerian side of IFA anyway. But it's it's interesting. That's what I'm saying. I didn't name the page. Coincidentally, I didn't name the page Oshun just because it was a trending name. Because you know people write the back of Oshun all the time. The username on every single bloody thing. I didn't. I didn't. I think I was following one lady, and I used to like her a lot. Her name's Valerie. I used to follow her, and hers was named Oshun as well. So I kind of come to my own conclusion already, and the name but to me, the name was given anyway, right? Because of what I was doing and what I was about, what I was talking about. It makes sense. Just that now it's turned into the mirror. So Ocean's looking into the mirror and she's seeing all the BS, what's going on with the people, and of course she's never happy. Obviously, when I talk about it, I'm never amused by the BS anyway, because I think that I can see what's going on. I can see there's a problem, but she is definitely for women, children. She's like Exil Donta, I think her name is, or the Haitian one. She's like that. She's like that, but she ain't merciful at all. Ocean's not merciful at all. Like you get on her wrong side, that's it. It's just done. Like with most of the Orishas. So I understand when you're around these practices, you have to humble yourself. That's why when I'm saying, I ain't in no rush to go to get into certain stuff because 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 I see that I see that I see there's more to her. That's why that's why I did do the dark side of Ocean, Yemi. And I know people don't like going over there because of the subject matters, but those are the things that are happening in real time. It's nice talking about the little online peoples as well, but at the same time, there's real stuff going on as well. So, so I what the I believe that how the name wasn't chosen by mistake. It wasn't a mistaken mistake. Or I'm just doing it because it's trending. You know, like how like in Nature Boys, people stripping this. because it's trending. Oh yeah, well I'm this. No, because because um because there's always a lot more to them on a whole. Because every day as you're walking, you'll see certain signs and certain things that represents them. The air, the wind. Like I'll give an example. If I'm supposed to go somewhere and it rains or something happens, that also tells me I'm not supposed to be there. That tells me no, you're not supposed to be there. Right? There, things will stop you from making that movement, from stopping you from going to where danger is. And there was a situation that day. Funny enough, when I was meant to go out that time, there was a situation that day. So every time that happens, I know, okay, there's a situation that's going to happen. So you just know that, right? So, um, so when I was around the ether look, right, even the young guy behind her, he's young. He's a young bubba from Nigeria, and he's tall, right, but very gentle, right? Even when he's doing his thing, he's gentle and he tells, he does his. So it's interesting. The only my only problem is that how people see her and they're jealous of her. That's why I say, when people see you are what you are, you're not even trying. They want to be that, and right now that is what's going on right now, um, and I met that person as well yesterday. Funny enough, I met her yesterday, and "Oh," I said to my friend, "Oh, I just see this headscarf overlooking. I thought it was a Rasta woman because I see one Rasta woman pass. When I went, the person jumped up like, but then I come to find out who that person was. But because of how I spoke to her, I feel she was like, but it's like some people, like Arisha Baby says, there's arguments between the ones who deals with these practices. So there's always a fight. Oh, I'm doing it better than you. No, you're not doing it right. You're doing it this way. There's these fights that goes on amongst them, but there is a right way to doing it, yes, and then at the same time, it's not a power thing. It's not a oh, I can do it better than you. To me, I always think it's better to go to the ones from the source, the people itself, because when I've gone to people who's not from the source, you don't get the actual accurate information. You have to go directly to the people from there. One chief told me that ages ago, right? You have to go to the source to understand who and what, the why, like, all like they use certain words and you got no idea. You see these words appear in books, you ain't got no idea what they're doing, it, you don't know what it is. So when they explain, you say, okay, that's what it is. Yeah. Yeah. Ask around if they have any winty gatherings, sis. I will. Yes, you got your mirror, sis, meaning you have leveled up like I told you. Yeah. Yes, signs are everywhere if you pay attention. Yes, but don't don't want to don't want to assimilate because they don't want to be seen as lower than. You always have to start at the very bottom, no matter what part of the thing you come into. Even if you know the information back to front, left to right, upside down, when you come across these practices, you're always learning because you're like I said, the teacher always reveals itself, or that's where you're supposed to be at that time in your life. So, like I said, though, yes, I go through the most craziest, craziest trials and tribulations. I don't know what to call it sometimes. I'll be thinking to myself, I'll be thinking, what the heck is going on? right? But on the surface, but I do know, I kind of know why I get tested because there is one in the part of the what you call it, the gods and goddesses, and they test you and they put you in spots and they make it in a way where like you yourself have to always be thinking, okay, I'm here. What am I supposed to do? Sometimes it's not always a metaphysical thing. Sometimes it's something to do with what's just going on, whatever. You can't, you don't, sometimes you're thinking, I don't understand why it's always like this or whatever. But somehow you're put in a place where like it shows you, okay, you're in the right place. Yeah, okay, you're doing okay. It's confirmation. I'm in the right spot at the right time. It's just I'm older, the things I could do when I was younger, where I can move and I can go over there and I can go over there and I can go over there, I can't do as much. But maybe because it's come at the time of my life, because it's to settle you down, maybe, or put you in a line to show, okay, I'm in a line with certain things, and 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 all that. So yeah, we are each unique to our gifts and are not the same. So is the work. Yeah, it's true. It's true. So yeah, so yesterday was interesting, very interesting to say the least. I'm gonna find the song. There's a song I want to play, but I don't even know if I can find it now. She just popped up just now. Now she's disappeared. But yeah, it's interesting to be part of something because it's like there's something bigger than you, and then it's left for you to say, okay, I'm part of this thing. So my babalawo was called used to call it the yeah the ting, then tings there. So you know, but yeah, I just thought I'll come and say this. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I just need to say it out loud because there's only certain people you can talk to about these things, and you can't talk to everybody about it. And some people don't understand it. They're saying, "Oh yeah, well you're looking outside yourself and all that." But sometimes it's that thing, that thing that you make a connection with. So when everything's falling around you, you have this thing that you connected to, and you yourself. So it's in everything. It's mainly in everything that you do anyway. So you've linked it to everything that you do. So like I'll have moments I'll be talking, I do stammer sometimes, and other times I don't stammer because maybe that's how I'm supposed to express myself and talk, put it out, and whoever it gets, whoever it is for, it'll get. Though I know my audience ain't, I don't know, I don't think they're into certain stuff, but in Trinidad, they're definitely into this practice very hard, and it's a way of life. It's like spiritual baptism is a way of life. It never goes away. You can come away from stuff, and you're still linked to it in a different way, and that's how I feel it is for me. Oh, not show it. My overlay won't show. Oh, there it is. Yeah. So that's how I feel. That's how I feel is for me, and maybe it might be different for you. If you come across these practices and you're closed-minded and you think, oh yeah, it's just Oshun and blah 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 blah. She's not the only pantheon that rules the thing, and they rule certain part of the of you as a whole. That's your personality, your attributes, everything. So it all runs together. It all attributes, it all run into one of the same. There's no there's no whatever. Maybe there is mysticism behind it, but it's a lot more deeper than me or you, basically. So nothing's working today. But anyways, so I just thought I'd just come um, and have a little talk. I don't know because I can't put people up on this one because it keeps going in and out. See, look, it's gone in and out again. It's gone in and out again. But I'm just gonna play this and then I'm just gonna go because it's late. And because yesterday was so electrical. Yesterday I was so tired. I was so tired. I felt like I went on a party. I always call it an Arisha party. When you go, it's like you've been out drinking, dancing, kicking up foot, and then the next day it licks you. And that's what happened to me today. It's like everything licked me. I had to take my time and get myself together so I can cook. And yeah, I call it an Arisha party. I don't know what other people call it because when like you're out doing stuff before you came into these practices, right? You'll be out there partying, you'll be out there drinking, you'll be doing whatever. Trying to do something here while it's playing up there. So as you see, like so a very nice lady. Now I'm not just saying it for saying sake, because I'm funny when it comes to people. So I'm just gonna play this song and then I'm gonna go. But thank you, Seven, for coming true. I see he's doing his thing too, and Amar for coming true. And I'm just gonna play this and go out. I'm not even gonna keep it long. I'm not gonna be long-winded. I'm trying not to be long-winded on my lives, unless I've got something massive to say. And there's things steadies the mind, that steadies you, make you, oh, what's going on? Make you understand kind of thing what's going on with you. But yeah, but like I said, I ain't gonna keep you for long. I'm just gonna play this little bit of a song because it's late. Hold on. There's another one. That's it. Okay. I can't find the other songs. So with that said, I'm gonna leave it right here and yeah. It says you about to go live about I might do doing it today, but I'll reset it. If I have to come back tomorrow night and do it, I'll just do it tomorrow night. But this is just one based on the Oshun Festival. But thank you for letting me know, because like I'll be setting it up, and I think I'll be setting the times wrong as well. But yeah, I'm not gonna be doing no screens on her. I think I'm just gonna talk like this when it comes to her, because yes, that's just a whole nother situation altogether. But yes, thank you for tuning in. Yes, I know the screen's a bit jumpy.